the current mass immigration that we have into Britain, Australia, and the US. I think that basically the mass immigration proves that there's another force at play here, and that force is the Illuminati. So what I'm suggesting is that the British conspiracy has actually been infiltrated by the Illuminati, and they changed it from the inside.
Yes. Well, let's talk about it. So how do you perceive the Illuminati conspiracy? I mean, is there anything that we can point to as far as, would it be like secretive orders within masonry at highest levels of masonry and other even more secretive societies?
Well, they took over some of the orders of masonry, and one of the ways they did it was by putting out the idea that these orders that they were targeting were run by the Jesuits, and the Jesuits were the hated enemy. And so a lot of the Freemasons jumped from those orders and joined the illuminist infiltrated Masonic orders. A lot of people think that the Illuminati died out in the 17th century, 18th century, this late 1700s. But there are a couple of credible writers that trace it right through the 19th century. That is, say, Harold Lasky and James Billington. James Billington being Librarian of Congress, and they are quite credible, and so they do provide evidence of this Weishaupt agenda right through the century, and they seem to, Marx got it from Barber. So before Barber, Marx and Engels were left Hegelians, and then Moses Hess preached communism to them, which is probably what we would call socialism. He actually was a socialist in a national socialist sense. Doesn't mean Nazi, it just means socialism in one country, like Australia had in the post-war years, like Britain under the Attlee government. Same sort of thing, and like post-war Israel had too. And so he persuaded Marx and Engels to take up communism or socialism. But when Marx discovered Barber, he became independent of Moses Hess and signed up to the Illuminist program. But now, Marxist ideology was that the movement is led by the workers. That doesn't show up in Weishaupt's ideology. So I think that Marx developed a variant, his own variant, and that's disappeared now. Because one of the reasons it's disappeared is that Jews probably had a role in perpetuating Marxism. And Jews, back 100 years ago, there are a lot of working class Jews. They were in the garment industry in particular. And they have moved up through the social ranks. They're not really in the working class at all now, except in Israel. There are the Sephardic Jews and other non-Ashkenazi Jews who would be working class. But so basically, they don't really have a class orientation like as in Marxist ideology. And I think the other thing that's changed is that they lost power to Stalin, and they don't want to concentrate power again in one organization like the Communist Party that could get taken over by somebody who's not one of them.
So let's just to clarify. You would say socialism and communism both are essentially Illuminist ideologies?
No, I don't say that. No, I think that socialism of the kind that Britain had from the, after the Second World War at least, and Australia had too at that time, that's not Illuminist. Illuminist is about the world state uniting all humans in one country and doing away with religion.